Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yellow and it's super exciting to be filming this video. As always, I'm filming this video in the middle of the night. It's few minutes past 3. Why am I filming in the middle of the night? Because it literally seems like that's the only time I don't get emails. I mean, that's the only time I don't have to attend to emails. So yeah, hi guys, you're welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you're absolutely welcome. It's exciting to have you here. If you're an OG, you're welcome. Thank you guys so much for the love and the support on my last video. I mean, I didn't know that you people like to see vlogs and you people are in love with love like that. But yeah, I would try, in the future to bring more of that kind of content your way. So today we're going to be doing, I want to record this video really fast. So over the course of the past, I think 2 to 3 weeks, I've been getting, not like many requests, but like a couple of people have asked me, okay, if you don't know, I'm a lawyer. So I've been getting a couple of questions from people who just joined new law firms for maybe NYC associates. They have been asking, this thing is tough. What do I do? How do I go about it? I mean, last week when I went to the office, one of my junior, I can't even believe I started saying junior. Wow. What the Lord cannot do does not exist. One of my junior colleagues came to my table. I'm like, how do you guys do this thing? You make it look so easy. You did not tell us it was this stuff and all of that. So I'm like, you know what? Since a couple of people have been asking me, let me just put together a video to like address some of the things that I feel that are important. So if you're joining a new law firm, if you're an NYC associate, if this is your whatever, what else can it be again? If you're joining a new workplace, even if you're not a lawyer, I feel like this video is going to be very useful. So definitely stick around to watch it. But then the first thing is, do not compete. Guys, see, I wish that okay, I didn't compete too as a first year associate, but I wish that somebody told me that when I was getting into my law firm. So, the idea you have from university and from the law school is that, you need to shine, you need to show yourself, people need to, know you and all of that. See, when you are getting to the entrance of your law firm, especially if you work in a tier 1 law firm, just hang it at the door. Because many of these tier 1 law firms are not, they don't make stars. They are very big on teamwork. So you want to ensure that you're not competing with your colleagues, because the major people that can even help you, they are people that you entered the firm with, people that are new like you. Those are the people that you can say, oh, we're on the same level, oh, we get each other, oh, everybody sees us as juniors. So you know what, let's collaborate, let's ask each other questions, and let's do tasks together so that nobody is lost. So imagine that you're now competing with those people, like you want to outshine them and all of that. Is not going to work. So drop that attitude at the door before you get into your law firm. And I mean, if you have resumed and you still have that mentality as per, I want to shine, I want partners to notice me, I want senior associates to, these people are busy. I'm not a senior associate, but my level of busyness, oh God. So you can imagine that I'm not on the lookout for any junior that wants to shine. No, the truth is that if you know your work, if you are good at what you do, we effortlessly, without having the intention to outshine anybody, people will notice that, oh, whenever I give this person work, he or she does it well. And it has nothing to do with the fact that you're trying to outshine anybody. So do not try to compete. Like, don't. Many of these law firms have very smart people already. So there's, of course, everybody comes with their perspective, but there's literally nothing really that you are coming with that nobody in the law firm has. So drop that attitude of, I want to compete, I want to shine, I want them to retain me. You may not eventually get retained when you enter with that spirit that this is what I want to do. I want to outshine all my colleagues and all of that. Zero competition, guys. No law firms, no competition zone, at least not in the first year. Are you taking notes? Very good. I'm looking down because I also made notes before this video. The second thing I want to mention is know your house style. And when I mean house style, I mean know your firm style. So one of the very few things that piss people off, that piss seniors off, I found out when in my first year, that before people even look at the substance of your work, the outlook is very important, and you cannot get a good outlook if you do not know the style of your firm. So for instance, we have different fonts, different font sizes in Microsoft Word. You want to know what exactly the firm uses. We cannot be using Calibri and the first letter you are submitting to a senior to to review is with Times New Roman. Whether it was Obama that wrote that letter, as long as it does not conform with our style, the senior is likely to lose interest in reviewing your work. So you want to know exactly what happens in this office. What's our font size? What's our font style? What's our spacing? Do we indent or do we not? These things sound very minute, but trust me, they were one of the first few things that made me feel very bad when I joined my law firm, because I remember the very first letter that I wrote, my senior, who is now one of my favorite persons in my office, my senior, when she reviewed that letter, the review itself was longer than the letter. That's how bad the work was. And it's formal letter. I've known how to write formal letters since like what? Maybe like primary 5 or kind of. So you can imagine how understanding house style is important to how your work is perceived. So you want to know how are things done here. And this is just beyond the work. This is also as to work ethic. Do they expect me to actually carry my bag and go at 6, despite the fact that you have told me that I work till 6? Do they work on weekends? Do they respond to emails on weekends? Things like these are the things you want to know, so that you don't just bring baggage from uni or wherever it is you're coming from and just enter into your law firm and then start doing things anyhow. So you want to ensure that whatever it is you're doing, be it a letter, be it the way you speak, composing emails. For instance, in my firm, we have a set way that we start emails. You may want to find out, do we relate with our clients on a first name basis? Do we use sir or madam? Even within the firm, do we use sir? Do we use madam? Things like that you really want to know, so that you don't turn people off by the way you relate with them and by the way your work appears to them. That's the second thing. The third thing I want to mention, which I think is the most important point I'm making today, is to ask questions. Guys, like I said, this is very related to my very first point as to wanting to outshine. Some of us are so bent on shining that you're like, once they give me this task, I'm not going to ask for assistance from anybody. I'm going to blow their minds based on the first draft. And the first drafts will be ready to go out to clients. Don't deceive yourself. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not deceive yourself. Because the truth is, no matter how good I want you to have it at the back of your mind that, especially if you're in tier one, in fact, if you're in any law firm, many commercial law firms in Nigeria, smart people are everywhere. So there's no way you will come with one very, I'm the best kind of thing, and then you're not saying you don't want to ask questions from anybody. You just want to blow their minds with a first. No first draft will blow my mind. Okay, maybe it can, but many times it's not gonna happen. And you want to ensure that you ask questions. See, I have received a task before in my first year that I spent 24 hours executing the wrong instruction, and that's like the most deadliest thing ever, if there's anything like that. So the only way you are sure of the task that you have been given, the only way you have proper direction, is if you ask questions. So you really want to be sure that you have gotten the correct instruction and that you understand whatever transaction it is that I've placed you on. If you join a transaction call, now many people, there are no physical meetings, we're meeting online. If you join a transaction call, if you join a project call and you don't understand, right after the call, if you're scared of calling the most senior person on the team, call the people ahead of you. Just like me, I'm just a step higher than the new associates. You get, I'm a second year associate in my office. So, you want to relate to people that are just ahead of you because they have the most recent JJC feeling. They can relate to how you feel. So you really want to befriend at least one or two to be able to say, oh, are you on this transaction? Please explain to me, what does vending agreement mean? What does concession agreements mean? What do they mean when they say I should draft a share subscription agreement? Stuff like that. You really want to ensure that you ask. So guys, ask questions. Like, don't get tired of asking questions. And this includes asking your colleagues and your seniors. I know that it's not easy for everybody. Some people are introverts, but if you want to learn, hey, you cannot do but ask questions. Are you jotting things down? Very good. The third or the fourth thing, I've lost count, that I want to mention is to be teachable. There's no smartness like your smartness where your law firm never see. To be candid, everybody is smart. In my office, everybody is smart. Especially, like I said, if you work in a tier one commercial law firm, these people, they painstakingly pick the people that work with them. So you will be sure that the kind of caliber of people that in this law firm, they are very smart people. So you want to ensure that you submit yourself to be taught. To be taught. See, especially when you find the area that you like, the area that you want to be in, give yourself to be taught by the very people that you met in that department. When you ask questions and they give you instructions, if you feel like, oh, I have a contrary opinion, say it, but then don't hold on to your opinion, especially when one, two, three people have confirmed that that your point is just in the books, it's not in practice. Because guys, all of us know that what they teach us in law school, why is good for theory, is it may not be what is applicable in practice. So when you have an opinion and then somebody tells you that thing is only in the book, so that's not, don't hold on to it and say Lord Denning, in the case of this has backed this your opinion, this one has backed. Especially when it's on transactions. If you want to write a paper about it, go ahead, marshal your points in your piece, post it on LinkedIn, so that the people that support you in that point can also see. But when it's for a live transaction, you really want to listen to what your seniors are saying, because they've been there longer than you. They've advised on transactions like that before, and they know what obtains in practice. So you do not want to be that junior that always holds on to their opinion, especially, like I said, when 2-3 people have confirmed that your position is not the way to go. The next point that I want to mention is to keep track of transactions. I know that many law firms are like my law firm, where, when there's a new transaction, they put people on it, maybe like 5 to 7 or to 8 people, and they're like, you guys are the ones working on this transaction. I agree with you that many times, many times, you'll be clueless on those transactions because you have not done a bond issuance before. You have not done a merger or an acquisition before. You have not done Eurobond before. You have not done many things before. Even me, at this stage, there are still transactions that I'm very clueless about. You get? So you really want to follow transactions. Join the calls. Even when what they are saying on the call sound like gibberish, join it. Take notes. You will understand when you listen and listen and listen. Don't make it a practice to say, I'm new. Let me just be doing research. Let me just be going into Law Pavilion. Let me just be the junior that they call to go and look for Donogo and Stevenson, or whatever it is, or to go and look for cases. Don't just be that junior that is restricted to research. Don't just be the junior that is only saying, please, only library work. That's the only thing I want to do. I can't stress myself about all these bond issuances. The things that you learn, even if you're not practicing eventually, even if you're leaving your firm after the first year, whatever you learn stays with you. So you really want to ensure that you give yourself to transactions that they put you on. You really want to ensure that you listen, and when, like I've been saying before, this asking questions and being teachable, everything is just intertwined. So when you follow transactions, you're able to pick, and then you check, you read wide, you check. If they mention Eurobonds, what's the meaning of Eurobond? How is Eurobond different from Naira bond? You quickly go and check. All these things are online. So you really want to ensure that you follow transactions, and whatever it is that they say there that you do not understand, you really want to go back to check them. Do you get? And then maybe second to the last point I'll be making is that don't attempt to say you want to do work-life balance in your year one. Don't do it. It's not gonna work. It is not gonna work. It's not even working for those of us that have been there for more than 1 year. So of course, I'm not saying that you should now dedicate all your life to your job, but guys, let's be frank and very sincere. If you're going to learn anything on this job, you will do more than Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. You definitely do more than that. So don't get cranky when people send you work outside of work hours. I also do not encourage it, and as much as possible, I try to finish my work, within work hours, but there's no time I close at 6 since I've joined my office. It has never happened, and there's no weekend I've not worked. So the truth is that you will work, but it's still left in your hands to be able to say, oh, even if I'm working on weekends, I'm going to stop every work at 12 noon so that I have the rest of my weekend to rest. But don't get cranky when they give you work after 6. Don't get cranky when they call you during the weekends. Is going to last but for a while. In another year, when somebody calls you, you will call somebody and say, hello, do first draft. But if you don't do it now, if you cannot reap what you don't sow, your juniors will tell you, I'm not interested. So you really want to ensure that you give yourself to the work. If it requires extra hours, give it as much as you can. That will not make you sick too, because you need a healthy body to do the work. So ensure that you give it as much time as you can. Ensure you give it the energy that you can, and just pay attention to it and ensure that you're doing it properly. Now, I mentioned reading wide. Use the resources. There's no law firm that doesn't have a library. Use your resources. Use online resources. If you need to pay to have access to some of these things, the Lord Jesus will provide for your needs, but you may need to pay. Be subscribed to news, business news. If you're in a commercial law firm, all these things, you would find them very, very useful. Now, to the very big points that I think a few people have asked me, which is, my seniors are difficult. How do I deal with them? This person is always shouting, raising their voice. How do I deal with them? This person is tough, and they know the things that I want to know. How do I tap from them? That is dealing with a difficult person. And I made an entire video about it, how to deal with a difficult boss in your office. I'm not saying dealing with them by carrying cane and beating them or something, but how to manage the people that in our heads we think they are difficult. I made an entire video. I'm going to link it somewhere up here or in the description box for you to follow, so that you would watch it and then be able to see, because it's very important. As a first year, it can make or mar your experience when you have to work consistently with somebody that you think is difficult. So you really want to watch that video to find out how to handle it. So those are the tips I'll be sharing. And please share this with your colleagues, those that that have joined a new law firm, those that are first year associates, those that have joined a new office. It may not necessarily be a law firm, because I feel like these points are very, very important. I'm fortunate to be having this resource today. So share with your colleagues, watch and watch again. If you have any questions, drop them in the description box below, and then I will definitely come back to them. If there's any other content like this that you want me to make a video about, please let me know. And to the very final thing, if you have watched this video to the end and I have not subscribed, why? Do you just not like me? Do you not like me? I mean, okay, let me stop being dramatic. Please subscribe. Click that red subscribe button and then tap the bell beside it, so that you know when I post new videos. And thank you very much I hope you have subscribed and liked this video. Please do it now. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming to watch my video today, this week, tonight, whatever it is, the time you're watching it. I'll see you guys next week. Peace. I hope that this video is good though. If it's not good, I'm using it. I'm a loss. Abi, it was not even recording. It recorded. Thank God.